Imagine this. It's the year 1932, in the vast farming lands of Western Australia. Golden wheat fields stretch for miles, and farmers are finally hoping for a good harvest after several difficult years. But one morning, something unexpected appears on the horizon. At first, it looks like a moving cloud of dust. Then, the farmers realize what it is. Thousands of birds are running toward their fields. Not ordinary birds. These are emus, large, flightless birds native to Australia, known scientifically as emu. And they are hungry. Soon, the birds flood into the farms. They trample fences, run through the crops, and start eating the wheat. For the farmers, it quickly becomes a disaster. Estimates suggest there were around 20,000 emus moving through the region. Stopping them is not easy. Emus can run up to 50 kilometers per hour, and they are strong, fast, and surprisingly difficult to control. The farmers realize they can't deal with this alone, so they ask the Australian government for help. And the government makes a very unusual decision. The Minister of Defense at the time, George Pierce, decides to send in the army. Yes, an army to deal with birds. This strange conflict would later become known as the Emu War. Soldiers arrived with trucks and machine guns, including the famous Lewis gun. The plan seems simple: eliminate the birds and protect the crops. But almost immediately, things start going wrong. When the soldiers begin firing, the emus don't panic the way people expected. Instead, they scatter into small groups, making them much harder targets. Some birds run left, others run right, some disappear into the distance, and they are incredibly fast. The soldiers soon discover that the birds can outrun them across the rough Australian landscape. At one point, the soldiers even mount a machine gun on a truck and try to chase the emus. But the truck bounces wildly over the uneven ground, while the birds simply run away faster. Sometimes the guns jam, sometimes the birds change direction, and sometimes they just vanish beyond the horizon. After several attempts and thousands of bullets fired, the results are disappointing. Only a small number of emus are stopped, while most of the birds continue roaming freely. Eventually, the government decides to end the military operation. The army leaves, and farmers turn to different solutions, instead building long fences and introducing reward systems to control the birds. And that's how one of the strangest stories in history came to an end. A moment when soldiers with machine guns tried to defeat a group of birds. And the birds essentially won. That's why the Emu War is still remembered today as one of the most unusual and humorous moments in history. Sometimes, nature turns out to be faster, tougher, and a lot more stubborn than any army.